Me and communication. Well, if you don't like the way I communicate at a basic level, you probably shouldn't come here. And it's not that you'll be necessarily dealing with me all the time, but I'm pretty particular. Like, I don't like to be ordered around. I don't like people with a lot of emotional drama inflicting it upon me. But that's really true for everybody. And so I think anybody coming here should read about nonviolent communication, and that, I mean, I have mixed thoughts on it, and I don't think we should all talk to each other in namby-pamby ways that are all gentle all the time. But we should always be respectful of each other's time, and we should have valuable communication that doesn't have negative emotion within it. I think there's a bunch of people who are trained to have negative communication because of their family history or their social experiences. But this is a place in which one of the experimental elements is to improve our communication and get better at it. Who knows? We could even have workshops on nonviolent communication. I have DVDs on it. We can get books on it. You can read them before you ever come here, though. That can even be part of your process to prepare to come here. The other book I like is Radical Honesty, and there's a variety of things surrounding that. That also I could be critical of, but I like the general idea of us being extremely open and honest with each other. I'm very honest in my videos, probably in ways that hurt me. Like, I say shit and other people are like, you sound like a dumbass. Fine. And sometimes I'm really negative. I think I made a video the other day I was just cursing at the camera and yelling about shit. That's not the way we should ever be communicating in person, probably. I do want to be pretty open and honest in our videos about what we're experiencing in the cultural and communication end of things. So to the degree we are comfortable with it, we can publish our interpersonal struggles. I do not want to create some kind of reality show that is based on focusing on interpersonal struggles or create a system that even encourages struggle with other people. I would like to create a system that reduces that. And so everybody's on the team of communicating better, communicating well among ourselves and also to the outside world. There's topics I don't want to do videos about. I don't want a lot of political videos because it tends to just divide people. Of course, everything is political in a sense, but I don't want people who are big activists and have their big issue that they're going to use this place as their mouthpiece for their stuff. It's generally divisive and not helpful. At the same time, there are certain issues that I'm real certain on are very much part of the project, and we are going to speak positively of those and do positive things like food forest farming, living in a very conscious way, not in a mystical, pseudo-spiritual way. In fact, I don't want a lot of people using spirituality as a justification for their communication, which people do. Their God is just so important and rules their life, and it's so easy for people who believe in God to then inflict the authority of their God upon other people. Don't want it. Pseudoscience, don't want it. So a lot of things people believe that they're just fundamentally incompatible with rational thought that I want to dominate in this space. If you don't like men or women, don't come here. They'll be both. If you don't like people from any particular country or culture, like lots of people slam on people from the U.S. I'm from the U.S. I'm a goddamn, American. But not all Americans are dumbasses. They don't all believe the same thing. There's all kinds of them. So anybody who loves to stereotype all Americans as being the same, don't come here. There's at least one who won't like that, me. And there's going to be other Americans here, and there's going to be people here from Russia. I've had people from Russia here who were very nice. I've had people here from South America. I've had people here from Asia. I've had people here from Canada. I've had people here from Mexico. I've had people here from Europe. I've had very few people from Africa. I think there's just less travelers from there, but one woman came from Kenya, which was pretty cool. I didn't even know a lot about Kenya, except apparently it sounds pretty cool. And she was lovely. She was absolutely a great person. She did a cool theater thing. And so part of us operating together well is dropping whatever bigotry you have. There's going to be gay people here. There could be trans people here. There have been trans people here. And that in and of itself is simply not a problem. But if you're a trans activist or you think that being gay makes you extra special and more important and better than other people, don't come. Women get this way sometimes, so do men, where they think they're better inherently. And it's like, well, then be better, but don't puff yourself up and try and bully other people because of their demographics. That's just a waste of goddamn time. Not ready for kids yet. Kids are a whole other thing. I do want to build a whole kid town, but that's going to take a bunch of work that I am not ready to do. We can fund that, though. I could actually start a separate crowdfunding thing and say, let's build a kid town. And one of the things is you may not be that motivated to help with fundraising for this place because you're never going to be here. But if you apply and you're accepted, even if we don't know when you're coming, if we're not sure how it's going to work out in the future, that might encourage you to support us in our funding efforts. If you do have your own money and you're really wealthy, that is another aspect that moves you higher up on the list. If you are willing to dump money on the project, then you're not necessarily accepted. You can't just pay your way in. That would be serving the public and doing it for money. And money just isn't something, even though I need it, it's not the primary objective. But if you are a person with resources financially and you're willing to dump too much onto the system, more than what you cost to have here, then that would be very, very welcome. And you would have a special gold star on your application. And like I say, you can apply and get approved before we figure out how to have you here, whether we're funding you or you're self-funding or whatever. But especially for the people who want to go and not pay, then you need to be part of fundraising, one way or the other. You know? I think that's it on me, communication, and I guess communication for other people.